Have you ever noticed that the most sought after experts never talk about an hourly rate? Well, there's a reason for that. They are getting paid what they are worth. So today I am pulling back the curtain on how you, as a legacy employee, can set your prices and get what you are truly worth. Hello, I am Tammy with Make It a Double. For those of you that have been on my channel for a while, welcome back. And for those of you that are new, hey there. I am a two-time recovering business owner, and I love to talk all things entrepreneurship. And for the month of April, I've actually been highlighting pricing because pricing is one of those things that is absolutely my jam. So again, today I'm talking about you as a legacy employee. Maybe you're looking to, at some point, maybe you're not ready right now, but maybe you are ready or getting ready to transition as a freelance consultant or creative. If you are, this is definitely the place for you because that's what I am talking about today. So let me start with an example first. So let me start with just a little bit of my own experience. As I think about the value that I have brought to my clients, it brings me to one situation and scenario where, for those of you that do not know, I have spent my career over 25 years in proposal writing. And as part of the proposal writing offering, one of the things that I would do very frequently is review my clients' proposals. And in that review, I would also give them some feedback, right? So in the review, I would be looking for compliance. I would be making sure that the proposal is compelling. I would also make sure that it provides the level of value that a client would be looking for. So as a part of the offering, I would offer a review and kind of feedback session. Now, that was a very valuable offering. I later began to realize, I didn't realize, I think at the time when I was offering it, how valuable it was. But now, as I look back on it, that was actually a really valuable solution or service that I offered, because when a client is about to submit a proposal, one of the things that they want to make sure is that, number one, that proposal is compliant. Number two, it is articulating value to their prospective client, right? And then also, how can that proposal be improved in any way, whether it was in the pricing, whether it was in value articulation or whatever. And so I was able to give very feasible feedback on proposals. And so as I was doing that, I would think to myself, yes, they are paying for me to give some valuable insight about this proposal package that they were about to submit to their customer, but also there was levels of making sure that they, the client, weren't making costly mistakes as it relates to them pitching their proposal over the fence. And so because I was able to give them a lot of good value, right, and give them really good substantive feedback, I charged a premium for that kind of offering. And so I say all that to say that as you are thinking about your transition from a legacy employee to now maybe doing something on your own, these are the kinds of valuable pieces of insight that you as an expert can charge. Back to you. So, like I said, when you think about these experts, right, some of the industry experts, and why they don't charge by the hour, it's because they want to make sure that their value was being stated up front, right? It meant that they were not interested in working harder, right? They equated value to making more money. And so they knew that they brought a level of expertise and skill set that was unmatched. So they also knew that they had earned the right to price the service or the solution that they offered. And that was through the outcomes and the value that they brought, the strategic thinking that they brought every single time. And you can do the same thing. So you can charge more money for your insight. You can charge more money for your efficiency. You can charge more money for your wisdom. You can definitely charge more money for your unique problem-solving skills. You can charge more money for your decision-making abilities. And that is the difference between some well-known coaches who have been in the game for a long time or even just started and you. So I want you to make sure that you are taking that to heart and that you are applying those same principles. Not only that, they were intentional. Let me put you on game. They were intentional about their impact, right? So they thought through what was going to be meaningful in terms of the conversations that they were having with their clients. They were really trying to understand what their client really cared about, right? And that's just conversations that you'll have with your prospects, over and over again. You'll start to hear and see some of the same things. And it's those jewels that you can pull out and then begin to articulate your value, right? They anchored on providing their customers with flexibility, meaning they may have given them a good price, a better price, and then a best price, right? And so they were able to give their client some flexibility as it relates to the pricing. If you give the client a little bit more information so that they can make the best economic decision for themselves, listen, you are giving them the best of all worlds. You're giving them the down, dirty, low price, but you're also giving them a best higher price, and you're allowing them to choose what would work best for them. Not only that, but you're allowing them to choose their own adventure, right? So that's why anchoring on some sort of scale or sliding scale is so helpful when you are proposing to prospects. They gave their clients proof points. Listen, they gave them testimonials, right? They gave them facts. They gave them figures on how they saved their clients money. So make sure that when you begin to prepare your pricing, that you are substantiating it with what we would call proof points. Not only that, they always iterate on their pricing, meaning they are always making sure that they are learning, they are improving their pricing, they are testing the market, right? They are understanding what their clients' willingness to pay is. And so I encourage you to do the same thing. Sometimes you may just have to pitch your price over the fence. I know it's a little scary, I know. But sometimes you may just have to pitch your price and then you may have to tweak it, right? As you are receiving feedback from your prospects. And last but not least, they eat no for breakfast. Listen, when it comes to objection, you need to make sure that you are ready to pivot and be able to respond to rejection. I will say this, rejection is not rejection in the sense of, nah, no thanks. Rejection is rejection in the sense that it's an opportunity to start negotiation, right? So don't think of rejection as they don't want you and they don't like you. It's not personal. It is actually a starting point for negotiation and conversation. It's the way that you can open up the door. If you still have a little bit of hesitancy as it relates to objections or a little bit of fear once you pitch your pricing over the fence and you're wondering what that client is going to do or what they're going to say or what if they come back and they have said something, I actually have an objection handling script that I would love to share with you. You can literally just lift it. It's free. So if you are interested, go ahead and drop price down in the comments and I will go ahead and send it off to you. No problem. Literally, it's a script. So you can literally just cut and paste whatever the objection is. You can handle it. You can cut and paste it and send it right back to that client. So I hope that you have found this to be really, really helpful. If you are currently an employee and at some point in your career, you are looking to transition, and I don't care if you've been working for 15, 20, 25 years, right? This channel is for you. If that is you, make sure you check out some of my other videos. I am helping you transition from employee to consultant or creative. I am walking you along those steps so that you are prepared. I've done it. I want to help you do it. I am Tammy with Make It a Double, and I am